I'm afraid I have really messed up. I always thought we would get married, and I've made some mistakes because of it. I will try and keep the long story short. I met my boyfriend while I was studying in university in a different city from where my family lives. My plan was always to finish university and go back home, but that changed after I met him. Last May, we found out I was pregnant, and my lease on where I was living was also expiring. We thought it would be best if I move in with him, considering his roommate had also just moved out and we were going to have a baby together. In July, I had a miscarriage, but we continued living together because it seemed to be working well. In August, his dad brought up the idea of them co-buying a house together. At first, it was just an idea, but then they found a house they liked, and they wanted to buy it. My boyfriend had been asking me to help with expenses, which I was happy to do. What I didn't like was he kept putting pressure on me, telling me how he wasn't doing good financially, and it was all because of a trip we took at the end of July for my birthday that he planned to help get my mind off of the miscarriage. I know that whether we went on that trip or not wouldn't change his financial problems, and I didn't like feeling like the reason he was so upset. He was feeling pressure from his dad on the house and needed to come up with his portion of the down payment, which he didn't have, and didn't want to take it from his line of credit because he had other debts he was stressing about. I know it was stupid, but I helped him with the down payment. At the time, I didn't realize the importance of it. I truly felt like we'd always be together, and I was just helping my boyfriend. But my name isn't on anything, and I drained my savings. He didn't seem appreciative. It felt like I was obligated to. I vividly remember crying on the couch one night because I didn't want to sleep in the bed with him because he was yelling at me how upset he was about the money he spent on the trip and that he wanted me to pay him back for some of it. I felt a bit upset because for his birthday earlier that year, I funded a trip for us all on my own and was happy to do so. It all just felt very stressful. All this to say, money has kind of always been a touchy subject in our relationship. A lot has happened since. He now has a new job making 3x the amount he was. He convinced me to drop out of university with 1 semester left. He told me he wanted me to stay at home. I liked the idea too because that was always my long-term goal, but I didn't see it happening like this. His job now, he works out of town for 2 weeks at a time. I cook all his meals and baking for him to take with him, make sure he has everything he needs. I take care of the house and the cats. I do all the cleaning and laundry, the groceries, all of the household duties. He constantly asks me to chip in money for things when he knows I don't have a job and my savings is almost non-existent now. I have so many regrets because he constantly makes me feel like what I contribute is not enough, and I feel like I have made really big mistakes for myself. He recently told me he wants me to get a job. I'm happy to. I tried explaining it might not be fair for me to do all I do at home and a job too, and maybe we could split responsibilities more. He doesn't want that, and neither do I. I like doing the work at home, but I do worry about getting burnt out or resenting each other. I sometimes feel like his maid more than his girlfriend. He expects things from me and bosses me rather than thanking me. I lose my motivation when I don't feel appreciated. I told him I want to move out because I'm tired of feeling like whatever I do is not enough and that I'm an inconvenience. He complains about money to me all the time and I don't understand why. He makes good money. He's nearly done renovating his basement where he will then rent it out and his monthly expenses will be a minimum. The only thing I buy on his card is groceries. He acts like I'm so expensive and makes me feel so bad about it when the truth is, he doesn't buy me anything. It doesn't bother me until he starts throwing other things in my face. We've been together 2 years and he has never bought me a piece of jewelry despite many hints, and he knows how I love jewelry. Is that normal? I don't want to sound materialistic, but it's the effort of knowing your partner's likes and getting it for them to make them feel special. Sometimes I wonder if I'm in the right place. I'm sorry this is so long. I guess I just needed to rant about it. I feel like he doesn't appreciate the sacrifices I've made to fulfill his wants and to be with him in general. It sounds like you've made significant sacrifices for this relationship, but now you're realizing that your needs and contributions aren't being valued. It's important to prioritize your well-being and reassess whether this relationship is truly supportive and reciprocal. Consider seeking support from trusted friends, family, or a counselor to help you navigate these feelings and determine the best path forward for your happiness and future. I shall see you. Here.